Heidi ho, Heidi ho, Heidi ho, my crafty friends. This is Lori at the Ladybug Journals. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. Okay, are we ready to move on to the next part of our interactive pages? All right, so what we got done the last time, let me give you a quick refresher. We got this little flip done, and we have, let me show you. I think this will fit. We got this little pocket up here. That's too big. So this is a little pocket. This is a pocket right here. Down here is a pocket right here. Okay. Now this one's a pretty good sized pocket in here. See, it moves like this. Let me switch this and I can show you. This is a pretty good sized pocket. This one's a little bit smaller down here. Okay. And then these have the same things. And then here is a pocket. And this is a pocket. But they're shaped like little belly bands. Like that. Okay. So whatever you put in there is going to be a little hidden by not a lot. You know, it's still going to show. So you can put something pretty, you know, or you can just put, you can put whatever you want in it. This is a little pocket here. Now, you know, if you're crazy like me, you would put, which is normally what I do, I take a little envelope like this. I decorate the envelope and then I put the envelope in. But I make sure the envelope doesn't stick over the top of the page. See how that doesn't stick over? And if it does, if it sticks over, then open up the bottom here, open up that little seam and cut it off and refold it so that it doesn't. Okay? So that's what I'm going to do in here. I'm going to put that in there, and we're, like I told you, we're going to come back to decorating. So this is going to be one of my little cards, and while I have it, it's just from an old stamp that I did. Of little fairies swinging, but I like it and it's cute, and I'll erase that little pencil mark when we get around to it, but I want to put that there so I don't lose it again, because you know, every time I think I found it, I'll lose it. Okay, so let's put these away over here in my little box that I got out, so I'm not losing things again. Okay, now, and then on this side, we did our little tiered pockets over here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and I've put stuff in them so you can see them. Now, we haven't decorated them yet. You know, we always come back at the end and do our decorating. And then we did the big piece here in the middle with our flip pocket here, the little pocket here. And if you haven't seen the video on this, it's part 2 of the multi-page. That's what you want to see to do all of this. And you'll get the, I put up the pattern for this so you can take a screenshot and make your envelope. And we haven't done anything to keep that little flap down. And then I went on and added just a little pocket right here. This is just a little tiny pocket right here. And I put it so that it's underneath the flip. Okay, and whatever I put in it, I'll make sure that it doesn't stand up past whatever I put in here. See, and if it does stand up past it, then I'll make sure I layer this, you know, like this, like that. Okay, so now we're going to continue on, because remember, this is going to flip down. This is going to come here to the edge, and it's going to flip down like that. So we're going to have more things here, okay? And we have to make our flip, our hinge that's going to go here, and we still have the outsides to cover. Okay, so let's make the hinge that goes here. Okay, so grab a scrap piece of paper. It can be any of your little scraps that you have, but you want to cut it at least an inch wide. Okay, you want it at least an inch wide, and you want it the length of your envelope. Okay, so this one will work. It's just a little bit too long, so I just need to trim it off. Oh my goodness. And usually before I trim it, I go on and fold it. Now mine's a little bit wider than an inch. Mine is actually 1.5 inches, and that's no big deal. And if you're more comfortable using a scoreboard, use a scoreboard. Now, before we go any further, I want to say a great big Heidi Ho and Ladybug Wing Twitter to the following people who have left me such fun comments and sweet remarks. Patricia, Sally, Amy, Carol, and a bit of crafting. You guys are just so much fun. And for some reason, Patricia, I'm having a hard time commenting back to you, but I'm so glad that you sent me that last comment about enjoying this, because it is a lot of fun to do, isn't it? This is one of my favorite things to do. But for some reason, YouTube is being a stinker today and not letting me comment back on all my comments. So if it seems like I'm not commenting back on you as quick as I normally do, that's why. I think it's YouTube is just really busy today, and I will get to them. So okay, so you're going to fold your paper like this. Okay, I've just folded it in half, and you're going to line it up, folded edge to folded edge. Okay, and you're going to lay it like this. You're going to just lay it just like this. And I know it's in a weird place on your thing, but don't even think about that. You want it folded edge to folded edge. Okay, just like that. Perfect. Now, oops, I forgot to cut it, didn't I? That would not have been good. Okay, so now if you need to trim yours like I do, trim it now, because you need it the exact length of your piece. Okay, you need it the exact length. Don't make it longer, don't make it shorter. It needs to be the exact length to be able to hold the weight that's in here. Okay, now take this and lay it down center of your center piece. Okay, and make sure it's centered. Okay, so mine's not. It needs to scoot over a little bit. And make sure that your little flip that we put inside here, remember that little tiny flip that we made? Make sure that it's not hitting over here on our left. Make sure it's not hitting, and make sure the right's not hitting. See how I'm lifting these up and making sure that my fold's not hitting anything? And I think we're going to add something right there to keep that down, because that's really bothering me. Okay, nothing's hitting. Can you see that? But you need to make sure this is straight across the bottom. So I'm going to line this up on my mat like that and make sure everything is straight. And you can see over here when I lift this up, nothing's hitting on this side. Okay, so I'm going to pick this up. That's where it's going to sit, right there. Now I'm going to take my pencil, and I'm just going to make a little mark on each side. Okay, and the reason I'm doing that is I have to move it for a minute, because it has to wrap around the back of this. So on the inside, only on one side, see the side my fingers are holding? This is the side that's going to go against our envelope. This is the front side. See, I have a picture of a flower. This is the front side that touched my envelope. See? The inside of my fold needs to wrap around this. And I need to line it up with my marks like this. So it goes just like this. Okay, so there it is, just like that. And on the back of my page, it looks like that. Okay, so now you can come around to the back and you can make sure everything's glued down well. So it's going to look just like that on the back of this white piece of paper. Okay, does that make sense? If not, make sure you leave me a comment or ask me a question. I can't hear you really well. My heat's blowing in my ear. Okay, so I'm going to take this. Now, if you don't like the white in here, cover it before we do this next step. Okay, make sure you cover it. Or what you can do is you can put this in here and have green at the bottom. You know, if your paper's from that coordinating pad that we're using, you can use this at the bottom. Like mine is all from the same paper pad. So I could use this green strip at the bottom if I wanted. And then when I flip it down, you don't see the white. And I have done that many, many times. And as a matter of fact, I might do that because I do kind of like that. It brings the green down from up there to down here too. And brings some green from over here to over here. And over here to over here. Yeah, I think I will do that. Okay, so now for this piece. This piece right here. That's still flipping and flopping. So if this is too wide and you don't like this, cut it down just a little bit. Don't cut it down a lot. Like I said, remember mine's 2 inches. Now, this piece needs to be glued. This is not the time to say, just a smidgen will do, because a smidgen will not do. Okay? It will not do. This piece is going to see a lot of action in your journal. Okay, line it up between those 2 marks again. Just like that. And make sure it's glued down. And then just leave it alone for a minute. Okay, we're just going to sit this aside and let that glue dry while we work on the pieces that are going to cover this section and this section. This section is what's getting glued down to our page in the book. It gets nothing. This section is getting covered. And this section is getting covered. Okay, with a piece of paper. So you need to choose from whatever paper pack you're using, the paper that you want to cover these 2 sections. Okay, so this is my left. This is left. This is right. Okay, that'll help you kind of keep things together. So when I turn this over, this is left, this is right. Okay? This is the paper that I chose. Now, let me make sure I have the right piece. Yes. This is going to go here. Okay? Now, before we put this down, we're adding things to them so that the hinges hide. Hold on, I'm trying to, there we go. I wanted to put the thing in there. Now, on this one, it's going to be different than this one. And this piece is going to go here. Now, when you cut it so it's a little bit bigger and it wraps around. Now, let me show you what I mean by wraps around. You want it to come up to the edge, but that it wraps around here. That will hide your white edge on your page, and it will look a lot neater. Okay, let me show you what I mean in the little book. Oh, hold on a second. Let me grab the book we're putting it in. Here's the book we're going to put it in. So when we put it in our book, it's going to sit like this. Now see how neat and tidy that looks? Versus being able to see all of this. See the difference? Plus there would be another piece Plus there would be that piece sitting there. See the difference? And then it's going to be sitting on this page. So you'd have all these different levels if we didn't cover it. Okay? Actually, you're still going to see some of this. But we're going to cover the back of it. We're going to cover the back of this. And then up here, we're going to take a little strip and we're going to cover this so it all matches before we glue this down. Okay? But right now, we're going to work on this side. We're going to work on your left side because that's the side that's going to be seen first. That's this side. That's this side. Okay? Now, the middle, this middle part is the part that gets glued down to your page right here. This side gets folded in and gets folded in this way. So that fold getting wrapped around the back makes that back side look neater. But to help this look neater, we're going to take a piece of, I'm going to take a piece of this and bring it right straight down the edge and come in a little bit so that this all matches. Okay, so let's go to the left side. On this side, okay, I'm moving my book. On this side, I want to make some pockets. Does that surprise you? I want to make some pockets. And I want to make some pockets that I've never made before. I've seen them made. I've thought about making them. I've talked about making them. But I've never made them. Now to make them, you're going to need a piece of paper. Okay? And you're going to need your circle punches. So I've got a 1 inch. I've got a 5/8 inch. And hold on. Let me grab the other one here off the other table. Hold on a second. Okay, so these are my circle punches. So I have a variety of sizes, but if you don't have a circle punch, you have other ways of making circles. You can use your glue bottles. You can use the lid from a jar. You can use the actual jar. You can use a bowl. You can use anything you have handy to cut a circle. If you're more talented than I am, you can draw it freehand. I can't draw a circle that's round to save my life. So there are lots of ways to get a circle. So what I want to do is, first thing I need to do is I need to figure out how wide my page is, okay, before I start cutting circles. So I need 2 that'll fit on my page. And then I need a third one that's that I can cut in half for my tag. And that third one is I'm going to back with some lightweight cardstock like this. Okay? And that's about the right size. So I need one that will fit this piece. Now, I think that's going to be 1 1/2. Now, if I can go a little bit bigger, I can. Let's see if I can do 1 3/4. But I don't think I can go any bigger. Okay, 1 3/4 might work. I might even be able to go 2. But let's measure this. This is roughly 4 inches. So the basic circles I need to punch, and I'm lining my paper up here, are going to be 2 inches. So let's punch 2 inches. Oh, I forgot. This is, oh, it did punch. Yay. Okay, so there are my 2 2-inch circles. Haha, good deal. Now, I'm going to save these. You all know I save everything, don't I? And I'm going to trim this off but I want to keep it together. Now, where's my, let me grab my, spin my little spinner here. And put some paper clips on this so this doesn't come, oops, I already did it. Because I want these to be the same size when I trim them. I think it already wiggled, didn't it? Here we go. Okay. And I think I just got another idea. But we're going to go with this one first. Now, let's grab our paper trimmer. Let's move all these things out of the way. Okay. Now, these are roughly the same size. Okay. And those were 2 inches. And I think I just did this backwards. So we're going to do something else. See, I told you, things never work the way I think they're going to work because I wanted something bigger. This is not what I wanted. This was not what I wanted. All right. Silly woman. Silly, silly woman. My brain's not in my head today. I want solid circles. And these are too small. But I wonder if we could punch. Hold on a second. We could go 1, 2, 3. Now that I have it on that paper, I don't particularly like it. I don't particularly like it at all. I thought I would. I thought I would like it quite a bit. But I don't. In my head, I really liked it. You know how you work something out in your head and then when you get it going, it just isn't what you think it's going to be? I think these need to be bigger. Maybe that's what I need. All right, so let's draw bigger circles. Huh. Well, that was quite disappointing, you guys. All right, so this punch is not going to work. So let's get it out of the way. And let's get this. Oops. I apologize. I bumped it. Okay. This was a gift from my friend Kim. She got this for me, I don't know, several years ago. Either her or my husband. I don't remember. But this might be too big of a circle. This is going to be a 2.5-inch circle. Oh no, that's a pretty big circle, isn't it? Well, that's only 1 inch in diameter. No wonder I don't like it. So let's cut this at 3. I think that's going to be too big. Okay, let me get my cutting board. Oh, here it is right here. And let's get our cardstock. I don't think this paper's big enough. Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay, let's cut it out of our cardstock first. Let's put it in the middle. How big is this? Five and it's almost 6. Let's find our center. Yeah, this is a really cool little thing, but I have no idea where I found it. Except, you know, I still can't cut it. Still can't cut a circle right. Okay, so it's a little bit too big. So let's see if I can cut this. If I can cut this a little bit smaller and not really screw it up. Just a smidgen. Okay. Well, this was not the way I saw this video going today, you guys. This was not it, to say the least. Ah, that's better. Okay. So, I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to draw the other circles I need. This is my template. I will be right back. Okay, here's what I did. This is the template, okay, and you need to cover it, okay, because you're going to cut it in half and this is going to be your pocket. So go on and cover it. Now, your other 2 pockets, or your other 2 pieces that you cut, they need to be smaller, just a little bit smaller than that piece, which was what I had started to do here. And I need to finish that. And then we're going to cover the back of those also. And I think that's right about where I need to be, because they're going to slide inside our pocket. Okay. And if they're not perfect, you know, on the first time and they won't fit in, that's okay, because you can adjust them. So this is going to go. So I'm going to cut right up the middle where I folded, just like that. And now I want to see if this will fit in here. Oh, against that. I don't know, against this cutting board, I can't really get anything to move. So let's see. All right, they need to go a little bit smaller. And as you can tell, my cutting is getting worse and worse. So let's see if I can. Let's see if I can straighten this up. Now these don't your tags don't have to be circles. They could be hearts. They could be, they could be anything you wanted. Hearts are usually lots of fun to make. And for me, they're a whole lot easier than circles. They could be butterflies, which the rate I'm going might be a butterfly. Okay, so I'm going to see if this fits in here. It's still going to be tight. That one fits. Tell you what I'm doing, you guys. Oops. I need to do them one at a time. I think that'll be easier. Going with the heart. I'm saying Foopadoo. Well, now I got a little chubby heart. Still a little bit too fat on the outside. Still a little too fat. Now I'm pointing at the top. The rate I'm going, it's going to only be an inch tall. Now, you can fold this, and then if you like to journal, you can journal on the inside. So you could have that folded and tucked in there like that if you wanted. You can do these any way you choose. You can do these. You don't have to do them the way I'm doing them. You can do them any way you choose for your little tags. Well, I didn't even give that one a point. What in the world was I thinking? Oh my gosh, I'm just going to start this one over again. See, that's what happens when my brain starts thinking. All right, I'm just going to use this little one for the other one. Call it a day. All right, so these need to be covered with cardstock, like that. Okay, to give them a little more support, because these are also going to be coming in and out of here, and you don't want them being floopy. Now, I'm probably not going to do that one, but I am going to do the circle, because I'm going to put a little piece of lace on the top of the circle. On top of my little flower. Now, on that one, I think I will do the circle, actually, because I just had an idea. Let me grab a little piece of cardstock here. I just got an idea. So, I'm going to go on and glue this down. Now, I'm just using Fabri-Tac because I don't want this to get gooey. I want it to dry rather quickly. Okay. And if this heart won't fit in my little pocket there, I'll just make something else. But I'll do it off camera, since you guys know what you're doing with the pockets. And then punch it out like this. Or I'm going to cut it out, rather. Okay. Now, let me show you how these are going to go on the page. Like that. And then at the top of this, do you remember all those little pieces of lace that we saved from, I think it was from another part that we did. Now, where did they go? Did I already pick them up? Well, they were just sitting right here waiting for me to use them. There they are, right there. Here. I want to take this little piece of lace, and I actually want it a little bit smaller. And I want to put that just on the back like that. And I'm just going to use my Fabri-Tac, just a little blob. And I'm just going to put that right there in the little blob and just let it sit. Okay? And I'm just going to put it aside for a minute and just let it dry. Okay? I'm just putting it up here out of the way, and I'll cut this out off camera. Now, on here, we're going to take our pockets. Let's get that out of the way. We're going to take our little pockets that we made. Now, where'd the second part of the pocket go? Where did it go? There it is. Okay, we're going to take our little pockets, and we're going to put them like this at an angle. Okay? Now, if you're going to ink, now's the time to ink. You can't ink after this, but don't even attempt it, because these are an odd shape. These are, and they're going to sit at an odd angle. Now, if you wanted, you could cut this with your, your fancy little scissors. If you have any of those little fancy scissors. I have one pair, and I think they're called, let's see, what are these called? They're called Sunflower. And oddly enough, they look just like the edge of a stamp. I know, weird, right? So I use mine when I'm cutting out stamps, from a page, or if I'm trying to cut a stamp out and I mess it up, I use mine for that. Okay. Let me get all that off of there. All right, so this is going to go like this. Okay. So now to do these, you want to put down as thin of a bead of glue as you most possibly can. Okay? Because these pockets are so small. And don't squish them. Just lay them down and lightly press them. Don't push them. And you don't need that little hickey-doody. You know what I mean. You know what the hickey-doody is. You've heard me say it enough. Oops, I think I need to clean the tip of my bottle off. Okay? And then this one's going to go right here. Just like that. Gently. You're going to do it gently. All right. Let's clean off the tip of our bottle here. That's better. Yeah, she's getting all schmucky. Now we'll put the... Okay, so now you can't do anything. And I know they're wampadoodled, and that's what I want. I don't want this to look like it's perfect. You know what I mean? I don't want it to look that way. Now, this is the left side. We're not going to glue it down yet. We're going to let these dry. Okay? Because once we put them down, we have to press and we have to manipulate. And you don't want to do that while these are dry or wet, because they'll start wiggling. Put this aside and let it dry. Okay? Now we're going to do the other side. Now remember, on this side, it said we're going to put a strip of paper that covers all of this. Well, we're not ready to do that yet. So for this side, you're going to need your scissors. Now, I still need to cut that out, so I will definitely cut that out. You're going to need your scissors, your glue. If you're an inker like me, you're going to need your ink, your corner rounder, the whole 9 yards. And you're going to need your paper that's going to cover this page. Okay? And you're going to need the strip of paper that's going to go down here. But that's one of the last pieces that's going to go here. So let's put our page up here. And let's put our little tiny piece of lace in there so I'm not losing it again. Now, on this piece right here, you need a piece, and it doesn't have to exact match or anything. You need a piece that's the length of your page, okay? You know, just like when we make a belly band, okay? It needs to be that long. And it can be any piece in your stash, okay? So, I don't think I want green. I was thinking I might want a piece of my blue. So I'm looking here to see if I have any of the blue left. Oh, I have some of that. Now that's kind of pretty. Let's see if I have any blue left. Hold on a minute. I'm still looking. My scraps are kind of growing here. Oh, maybe. Here's a piece of the blue. Oh, but it goes the other direction. But I wonder if that's going to matter. Maybe not. Maybe not. I'm not sure. Let's see if I have any other blue here. Maybe. That might work. Oh, I have this. That might work. Let's see. Is it going to be big enough? Where did it go? Where did it go? Here it is. This has blue in it, but I don't think this is big enough. Nope, that's not big enough. Okay, those are too little. Now this rose might be nice, but I think we might use this for the other part. And I know we're going to use these for the other part. Since I messed them up, we might as well use them. Now, no, I don't want to use that because that's the background. Although that might be kind of fun. All right, let's see. Okay, I don't see any other blue. Okay. So, that might be kind of fun having the same. All right, so what you're going to need for this piece here, okay, I need those. You're going to need your piece that's the same length. So, let me decide how I want this here. All right, I want this to go this way. Yeah, because I really like those keys. All right, so now I'm going to make mine, since my piece, this piece here is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's only 4 inches wide. So I want my strip to only be 2.5 inches wide. If that wide. Okay, so there's 2. I only want it to be that wide. But I don't even want it to be. All right, so where's my length? Let me mark my length first. Now remember, it has to be, actually make it a little bit longer, okay? Make it just a little bit longer. See how much length I'm adding to the top? Add that much to the top and that much to the bottom. I think that will help. That will definitely help. Okay, see my little pencil mark? Oh, I don't need to turn that to cut. I was just going to turn my paper cutter since that was what I was doing with my paper. Okay, now I lost my pencil mark. Oh, darn it. Silly girl. Now, where did my pencil mark go? Okay, if you see it, holler out and say, there it is, there it is. Oh, darn. There it is. There it is. I hate it when I do that. Oh my gosh, that makes me crazy. Right there. Okay. Now let's measure it this way. Oh my gracious, you guys. Okay. Okay, here's my piece. It goes like this. All right, so this is going to go like this. So at the top and the bottom, where we cut it too long, we're going to fold it over. Just that little teeny tiny piece. Like, whoops, well, that wasn't straight. Okay, now if you're one of those that needs to use a scoreboard for that, you go right ahead. And it's going to link over the top like that. Okay, well, I folded it too much up there, but that's okay. That's all right. I might just glue it at the bottom then. Okay, so it's going to go like that. Now across here, we need to make our pocket, okay? So this is what I'm going to use to create my pocket. If I can make this into enough, I'm going to make my pocket. So let's see if I have enough to create a pocket. I don't know if I do, but we're going to see. Okay, so for this, I want a pocket. I might have to trim this down. It might be too wide. For this, I just want a simple pocket. So I want this facing the right direction. Okay, now if that doesn't work, I will use this. So to make this face the right direction, I put it upside down and then I lay it down. Okay, and I fold it up like this. See, and now my flower's facing me the right way. And then I fold this down like that. Okay? Like that. And that's my simple pocket. Okay? Actually, you know what? I just had a better idea for this. You all are going to love this. Okay. Make 2 of these little pockets. Make 2 of them. Okay? So there's my simple pocket. So we're going to make another one. So we needed this little piece to be the same. So let's see if I have enough. I do not. But if we change this, hold on, I'm changing gears. I'm thinking I want it to go this way. I want it to go like this. Okay, so if your page is the same as mine, if your page is 4 inches wide, hold on, I'm going to tell you how wide, how long to cut this. If your base is 4 inches wide, you need to cut this piece 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches long. Okay, if this, okay, let me unfold everything. If this is 4 inches wide, make sure 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 4, 1, 2, 4, and 4 2/8 inches wide. Of course, now remember, when this is folded, it's 4. Cut this 5. Does that make sense? And then when you put it on here, center it and wrap your edges around. Wrap your edges around like that. Just like that. Do that 2 times. And these do not have to match. These can be separate. I think I'm going to use this piece for the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can match. If you want them to match, make them match. Okay, I lost my mark again, you guys. Okay, just like this. Just like that. Now fold those edges around. Okay, now my 2 little pockets are going to look like this, and one's going to sit this way and slide. The other one's going to sit down here and slide. Okay, So you're making slider pockets. Now, on this one, I think we're going to be able to use this page. Yeah, we can. And we're going to use this blue. Okay. Now I'm just using scraps from what we've cut. I haven't gotten out another piece of paper. I'm just using scraps. So you're watching me cut the scraps and you're watching me create the little pockets. Okay? Just like that. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. Now I'm going to round my corners. So as I'm unfolding my pockets, I just put my corners together. And then I round them. Just like that. Okay. Now, look inside your pocket and make sure, do you need to fold that down a little bit more? And on mine, I do. Mine, I do, because it's just barely covering. Okay, that's better. Now, let's check this one. Yeah, that's good. But I'm going to round my corners on this one. Okay, I'm going to clean that off. Let's double check. Yeah, see? See, I've covered there. Okay. Okay. Now, we need to put the piece here that's going to go around there. So on the back of this, take another scrap, and I'm going to use this for both of them. Or actually, can we feed this through there? Oh, we could, couldn't we? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to cover our envelopes. Let's do that. I'm going to cover the inside of our envelope, and I'm only going to cover the top half. I know, I bet you've never seen a covered envelope this way, have you? And I'm going to cover from here to here. That's all I'm covering. Okay, so I need to cut my page that covers that area. I don't need to cut the bottom because I'm not going to see it. It's going to be situated so that it's not going to be seen. Now, this is going to be really important that you pay attention to how you glue. Okay, so that's going to sit up there. This top piece gets glued all the way. Okay, that'll get cut off. This bottom piece only gets glued. Okay, let me show you how this is going to sit. This goes through the middle. Okay, like that. So this only gets glued across the top and across the bottom. You're not going to glue anyplace else. Okay? Now, before we do this, let's fold this paper how it's going to be folded in the envelope. So, it's going to get folded. You know, before we glue, let's line it up and fold. That will help when we go to fold it. And then let's pull this side up. Tuck your paper in. Use your ruler if you need to. I just find that this makes it easier whenever you go to fold newly glued paper. This makes it so much easier to fold it. Newly glued paper. And now fold it down. Okay, so now your paper already knows this is going to be its new home. And he's not going to argue with you about where you're putting it. Okay, so those are the folds that are going to go with it. So I know that I can glue here and I can glue there. Okay, so let's do that, and I'll show you how this is going to work. So, you don't want to glue, you don't want to go wild and crazy on your glue because it could seep. Okay, so we're going to start at the bottom. Let's lay this through the middle. Actually, I'm going to start at the top because if I start at the bottom, I'm not going to get it lined up. And I'm going to line up my fold. And I'm going to make sure I'm straight. Now remember, the middle's not glued at all. And then I'm going to bring this down. I'm going to fold it up. And if I'm out of wampadoodled on the side, I can trim it. And there. Look. Okay. Now, I can take that out and I can trim these sides if I need to. I can trim here. I can come up to the top and trim. Okay, and I still have the middle open. Now you can put this one anywhere you want. So I want to put it up here because I want to get this glued down and show you. Let's put this in like this. Hook this around. Now this is going to have to dry, so you want to let it dry before you mess around with it. That's going to go there. That's going to go there. But look. Just like that. Now, if you wanted to do it long ways, you would do it the exact same way. So turn this over. Don't glue this down to the white. Only put a little bit of glue right here. Just a little bit of glue right there. Just like that. Because you want it attached to that flap. Okay? This side, however, you can glue it to the white. And that'll keep it from wiggling around. Just like that. Okay, now look. Now, if you want, you don't have to close up this envelope. It could be an envelope that that you open up, or it can be one of the envelopes that we keep closed, and you can glue your envelope closed. Now, my envelope, I'm going to glue closed. And I'm going to glue it closed just like this. That was why I measured it the way I did. Just like that. Now across the top, I need somewhere is my bone folder. I don't know where, but somewhere it is. There. Now the second one, okay, remember that's going to go around. The second one, you're going to do the same way. You're going to line the inside only halfway and up. And this is going to go here. And your pockets are going to stack on top of each other. So make sure you place it so that this pocket sits right here. Okay, you want this pocket right here to line up against that pocket. Right there. Okay? Just like that. Now, let's find paper to line the inside with. I think I want to use this little stamp paper on this one. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put my paper down. Just like this. Except I think I'm going to give myself some more room at the top. Whoops. Am I going the right way? Yeah. Okay. I hope you guys are having fun, and I hope you're enjoying these additions to these pages. Okay. Now, we're going to do the same thing that we did before. You're going to put this down here, and you're going to find where your fold is. Okay, figure out where your fold is, and fold your paper down. Open it back up, and figure out where your bottom fold is. Just like that. Okay? Just like that. Now, when you go to glue, you know where you can glue. Okay, now let me fold this side down. Okay, now I know I've got this little place down here I can glue. And I'm just going to do this little piece first. Okay, and then up here, I'm going to do this piece. Oops, straighten up here. Oops, I didn't make it long enough. See, I didn't cut my piece long enough, or I didn't line it up when I folded it right. But that's all right. I'll just trim my top piece off. See, it's things like these that it just doesn't get it just doesn't, flip a switch. It's okay. It's just not something that's that big of a deal. So I'm folding that over and getting that where I need it to be. Oh, see, and it's not where it needs to be because it's not against that fold. I can feel it. Right there's the fold. There we go. I didn't have it against that fold. Okay, so this piece is going to go right through the middle again. Just like that. Now I need to position it. Let's fold that piece up. Get this piece down. And let's get these situated so I can get my centerpiece. Now, you don't want your pocket hanging off the bottom. Okay, so when you position this, you want it up, I have mine up probably an inch or so off the bottom because you don't want this hanging off the bottom. Okay, and then when you center this, now this one's probably going to have a little bit more wraparound because I think I made it a little bit longer. And then you lay it down, make sure it's straight. So I'm going to line it up here I'm going to line the bottom of the page up on my grid before I do this and make sure that this is straight. Because right now it is not. And then I'm going to wrap this around. And I'm going to wrap, maybe I am. There. And I'm going to wrap this side around. Just like that. Now remember, when you glued this side down, let me scoot this up so you can see. When you glued this side down, don't glue it here. Only glue to this little fold here, okay? So I'm going to turn it around and make sure that I'm straight. Oh, I am straight. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to glue one side down because I need to trim my little envelope. Oh, I haven't glued it together. I can take it off of there. Okay, this side, I can glue down to the paper. I can glue it to the paper because I don't have a fold there. This side, I cannot because I need that fold to wrap around my edge. So I can only glue it to that part. Oops, too much. So let's wipe that off. We don't want that being sticky right now. But we do want it sticking down, okay? So let's get that off. Okay, so now we need to take, whoops, I can't. It's in there. Oh, darn. Silly woman. Okay, so let's turn this around and let's trim this. Let's trim this. Oh, goodness. See, even PJ agrees with me. He's saying, silly woman, Mama. Okay. Now let's put this up and all right, I need to trim this side here. Now, put that out of whack, so let's see if I can straighten it up. Nope, guess I didn't put it out of whack. All right, so now I can glue this envelope closed. So now when your envelope's open, you know what I do want to do on these little envelopes? Ouch, I'm sorry. I just whacked the camera. Ah, silly thing. Come on. Okay, let me grab my little scissors here. Let's clean this up. Guess I didn't squeeze quick enough. Okay. And I want to trim across the top here. There. Now, let's glue this closed. Just like that. Okay, so there's that one. Oops, see, I missed a piece over there too. Now, we will come up with closures for these. Now, for this one, let's see if we can get this in there. Let's try the little one. Let's see if the little one works better. Yeah, the little one worked better. Okay, give you just a little bit of ink here. All right, let's go across here. Now, we will come up with closures for these and a way to make these not scoot up and down. Because, yeah, that's going to make me crazy. Okay, so there's your two sliders. They slide back and forth like this. And they can go up and down like this. Oops. Okay, did I not put glue in there? Okay, I did. And this one can go this way. Now, if going up and down interferes with your page, come in here, come inside here, which I'm most likely going to do, and put some glue in here, just a little bit, and glue that down so that you don't, so that it doesn't have that opportunity. This one goes up and down this way too, so I may glue this top portion down so that it doesn't do that, because I really don't want them doing that. I just want them going back and forth. So I most likely will do that. Okay, so now let's attach these pages to the big page. Now, let me see what kind of time we have here. Oh my goodness, you guys, I've kept you so long. I'm so sorry. Okay, well, we're going to attach these in our next video. I want to thank you for hanging out with me today. and getting our slider page done. That's going to sit here. And for getting our page done over here with our circles. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, you guys. I did not mean to keep you that long. But boy, we sure had fun, didn't we? Yeah, we sure did. I'm so glad that you joined me today. And I'm so glad we had so much fun. In our next video, we will attach this page. We'll attach these 2 pages. And we'll get them into our book. And I promise I will try not to keep you this long. Now, honestly, you can fast forward through these videos if you choose, or you could stop and come back at any time. And you guys know that. I know you do. Because you're YouTube savvy. I know you are. And anytime you like, and you can come back and rewatch. And I do appreciate you guys watching with me and making my day a little bit brighter. So I want to thank you again for hanging out with me and for making my day a fun day. And there's our little heart that's going to hang out in there. Right there. There we go. So we got a lot done today, didn't we? We sure did. We sure did. So we still have some things to do on the inside of our page. There. So that's what they're going to look like. Kind of, sort of, maybe. Kind of, sort of, maybe. So, until I see you again, don't forget you can like, you can comment, and you can share. And I do appreciate that from all of you that have been doing that. Gosh, you've just helped so much. And I can't wait to come back and to do the next section. Oh my gosh, it's been so much fun doing this with you all. So until we do that the next time, and I see you then, ta-ta for now.